Hello everybody, this is Abdurrahman and in my presentation I will demonstrate my project name Tax Deduction Portal for Luxembourg. In my presentation I will go through this outline listed here. So why I am developing this project? Actually I am working as a freelance software developer from 2019 and I bid on international projects, and last few months ago I met with a client who lives in Luxembourg and he needs a portal for his tax agency. I talked with him and we have done several meetings. And then after that, I asked his project after he interviewed 20 more clients. And finally, I am in the way to develop the product. So my goal is I want to develop a reliable solution of his particular business problem which will make the tax agency benefited. And the purposes of this project is absolutely based on the functional requirements. I want to reduce the work complexity by developing the online portal. I wanted to keep records of all the clients' tax information with historical data, and the application will be able to transfer 1 year data to the next year data. That means the next year tax profile. And the next is I wanted to reduce the rework for different languages because he want to use two different languages. One is French, another is Luxembourg. So you don't need to rework for both languages. You will just complete on. You will just generate. You will generate one another language profile. Okay. And I wanted to accommodate future changes of the Luxembourg government issued tax PDF, and I wanted to ensure the functionality for exporting the document with the least work possible. And the user will be able to compare his current year data to the previous year data. And absolutely, I wanted to create this system for ensuring error-free tax record for the agency. Here is the use case diagram, which is based on the functional requirement. I don't like to demonstrate this too much because time is limited. And here are the activity diagram for user login, for create tax profile, for transfer tax profile to new year, for generating PDF, for delete text profile, for restoring text profile, and of course the sequence diagram based on the use case for user login, for creating text profile, for transferring text profile, for generating government document that is a PDF, and for deleting user text profile, for restoring text profile. That were the sequence diagram. And this is the most important, the entry relationship diagram. That means the database snapshot, which is absolutely handling over the user data, the user text profile, and the joining between users text profile for each year. That means one user has multiple years, multiple text profile. So one user is related to multiple text profile based on year. Okay, and I will use different tech stacks for front end, back end, for database, and for testing. For front end, I want to use HTML5, CSS, preprocessor instead of normal CSS because I want to reduce the time of development. And I will use Angular 1.9 framework, and you can ask me why I am not choosing the latest Angular 9 or 11. Actually, to complete this project, I estimated that Angular 1.9 is enough for developing this project. So that's why I'm not taking the upgraded version, which will make me to work more on the framework. So I'm choosing 1.9, which is lightweight and it will uh, cost less time for me. And for backend, I will use Node.js with Express.js framework. And for database, I have choose MongoDB because MongoDB will support the fastest query and the complex queries for text profiles, because text profiles information are about 1600 fields. So a NoSQL database may support me better than the SQL database. And for testing, there are two parts of testing. One is the API testing. Actually, not only two parts, there are several parts, but I will just split it in two parts. One is API testing, and then is the end-to-end testing. For API testing, I will use Mocha, Chai, Supertest, Burger testing. Okay, and for end-to-end testing, I will use Express.io. And the final outcome will be a web application where user or admin can create profiles and keep track of his historical tax information data. That will be super duper easy to keep record of all the tax information, to export, to generate PDF, and to transfer data. And the admin will be able to prepare client's tax document, that means the government document, as well as transferring existing data in coming years, which I already mentioned. The application will be able to generate PDF both in French and German version, because the client needs to generate client uh, whether in French or whether in German language. So I will just ensure, and the outcome will, the final product will be able to export PDF both in French and German. Okay, so that's all. And if you have any queries, you can follow me on GitHub, or you can write me one email mentioned here. I hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you so much to everybody of you once again. Bye.